Hello everyone, it's Kirsten from Samahita Retreat. We're going to do a lovely front body opening, slow energizing practice for today. We're just opening up the front body, finding release and having fun at the same time. So hope you'll join me and just start in a Japanese sitting. If you need to, sit on a block so that you're a little bit higher if you've got any pressure on your knees. Okay. So if this doesn't work for you, you can also just start sitting. Okay. And then as always, just have some props with you for the practice, whatever you need at home or whatever you've got at home to join along. So let's just start by connecting here below the navel, this Hatha zone, releasing the shoulders, closing the eyes. Okay, so just release all of the tension from your face. Find a natural, steady, smooth, flowing breath. And begin to center yourself in your body, in your breath, and your surroundings. You might even want to just take a moment to think of a positive word, maybe an intention for your practice today. And I also find it helpful to hold a soft smile on my face when I practice, to keep it joyful and light. Take a few deeper breaths, right down into the upper abdomen, back of body, side ribs. You can open the eyes. Okay. And then we'll come onto all fours and we'll start in a child's pose. So take your knees as wide as they need to be. So especially if you're tight in your hips, a little wider is helpful. Bring the big toes together. And as I come back, I'm going to just round into the pelvis. So you kind of dropping the tailbone. And then I like to move a little bit from side to side. It gives you a bit of freedom in the hips as you come down. So you're going to walk your hands forward. And if you find that you're quite tight and your head is floating, a helpful tip can be fists, one on top of the other, especially if you're a little tighter in the hips. But if you're okay for the head to come down, then the arms can be at the top of the mat. Create a bit of length in the back of the neck. And you can just start with the elbows resting on the floor and get a sense of the breath in the back of the body. And if it feels good every now and then, you can do a gentle maneuver or rock into the hips. You feel the breath in the armpits, side body. And then you're going to tent your fingers and lift the elbows off the floor. So like you're holding an apple under each of your palms, or spider fingers, piano fingers, whatever you want to call them. And then engaging into those armpits, creating a lot of length and opening in the side of the body. Okay, so you sit back deeply while reaching the fingertips forward and connecting through the armpits. You lift the head a little off the mat here is helpful. You walk your hands over to the right. Now keep your left sit bone grounded on your heel. So my left hand is just off the mat here. Don't have to go too far. And then you really root that left sit bone to the left heel and bring the head back towards the mat. So you feel that left side open up. Nice, expansive feeling. You have a few breaths here, and then you lift the head. So moving the hands over to the left. My right hand is just off my mat. And then again, you really sit down now through the right sit bone to heel as the chest comes through, keeping the armpits active and the fingertips moving forward. Deep breath into the right side of the body. Good. And then lift up. Come back to the middle. You'll come up to all fours. Place the hands flat. So you're going to keep that springy sensation in the elbows and then connect with your pelvis. So you've got a slight posterior tilt. Shoulder blades are nicely spread. And then you root down through the knuckle pads. And then you're going to take some big circles. This will help to release your wrists, free your hips. So move from your hips. Both directions. You're coming into Japanese sitting, and you're going to take the hand up on the side of the head if that's good for you. You gently move the ear to the shoulder. So you can adjust your chin and release the neck. Switch sides. Okay, great. And then we'll come back to all fours. Okay, so I like to do cat-cow, one of my favorite things every practice. So with a cat-cow, on the cat, you press into the hands, round the spine. So the tailbone tucks as you push into the hands and move the chin towards the chest. And then you start inhaling, lift the tailbone, the belly drops, the shoulders engage, so you pull your heart through the shoulders to the front. Okay, then you exhale again, moving the spine with the breath. Little pause before you then continue with the inhale to cow and then the exhale to cat. You can be a little creative with these as well at home. So don't be afraid to explore the body. Okay, sideways movement can be quite nice. Rolling the shoulders. Okay, good. Then we'll tuck the toes under. I'm going to sit back into the heels and rock the hips so you free the soles of the feet. Okay, then come back to the all-four position. So your shoulders are over your hands and your hips are over your knees. And you really get that tailbone moving down feeling. So connect here at the sacrum, pull in below the navel. And then with this sort of semi-cat back shape, you float your knees just off the floor. So we're activating the core. So getting that nice strength and springy feeling. Hold for a few more breaths. Good. Good, and then move the sit bones back towards the heels, and then you extend the legs into your happy dog. You can step the feet back a little, adjust the length of your dog. So take your dog for a walk. You bend one knee, straighten the other. Connect with your hands, make sure you're rooting the knuckle pads. And the most important thing, rather than worrying about straight legs, pull back from the lower abdomen. Okay, so really hollow out this area, and that helps you to find a nice, long, strong dog. Okay. So you work the legs, power dog, and try not to push the chest back too much. Just coming into the back of the body a little more, arms long. Great, and we'll inhale, float through to plank. Okay, knees go down. Slide the hands back. Good. And we'll extend the right leg behind us, tuck the toe. And you're going to cross the foot to the other edge of the mat. So stay connected with that little posterior tilt. Strengthen that right leg, and then you turn to the left. So look over your left shoulder. Strong leg. Good. Keep pressing down through the knuckle pads. Come back to a neutral point, and then bring the right knee into the nose, round the spine. Hold here. And release. Extend the left leg. You tuck your toes under. Make sure you've got a little posterior tilt in the pelvis. Cross left foot to right corner of mat, and then you turn over the right shoulder with a strong left leg. Good. Steady, easy, smooth breath. Good. Then you come head back to center, left knee into the nose, rounding the spine. Okay, squeeze, hold, another breath. And release. Okay, so a little bit of free movement here. Feel quite nice. Release the body. Okay, great. So we'll take the right arm forward. So rotate your thumb up. That helps to free the shoulder. And the left leg goes back. Okay. So here the left toe can stay on the mat. If you're okay to lift the foot, keep it in line with the body, and just look down at the mat. So the neck, spine, hips, leg, arm, all in a straight line. And reach forward with the right fingertips, back through the left heel. Okay. A little bit of a challenge if you want to join me for this one. Take the right arm out to the side and the left leg out to the side. Hold, balance. 1, 2, 3, back to the middle, and down. Okay, other side, left arm forward, so rotate the palm to face in, right leg back. Okay, so strong in the right leg, try and keep it straight if possible. When you lift the foot, so engage the right hamstring. Okay, so the back of your leg, reach the left hand forward, right heel back. Okay. Push into the right hand so you're lifting out of the shoulder. Hold. Okay. And then challenge. Left arm to the side, right leg to the side. 1, 2, 3. Back to the center and down. Okay, well done. Okay, so let's come into a plank. Take your hands a little further forward. Lift the knees. Strong legs, so make sure that you've got that springy sensation in your elbows and you're zipping up pubic bone to navel. Okay, if you do need to put your knees down, pop them down to the floor. Just hold for another 2 breaths. Okay, and then if your knees are up, we'll put them down, bend the elbows, lower the body, keep the spine straight. Toes point back. I like hands a little wider. Zip up pubic bone to navel, and then inhale to cobra. So you're lifting the sides of the chest, the pubic bone is on the mat. A little bit of movement here can feel nice to really release the front body. You can even turn. So keep the legs a little firm, point the toes. Good. Make sure those shoulders are moving down the back. Good, and then come down. Tuck toes, push up, and move into your downward dog. So take your time here in your dog, first few breaths with a little bit of movement. Make sure it's intentional. And then I like to lift the toes as I power the legs into my full dog. Okay, so you move the hips up and back and keep the heels just off the floor even if they do touch. Okay, inner thighs are rolling in. Good. Then to come to the front of the mat, we do our froggy dog. So the heels lift, we look forward, bring the heels together, knees wide. As your sit bones come back to your heels, you step or hop to the front. Then you lift your heart and lengthen your spine. So feet can be apart here, tented fingers or hands to the outside of the shins, pulling in below the navel, a little bit of heaviness, sacrum, sit bones, and the spine nice and long. So remember, trying not to collapse here, broad across the collarbones. Okay. And then exhale, fold forward. Okay, so you can bend your knees as much as you need, explore, just feel out the back of the body, release the neck. Great, then we'll bend the knees, lift the head, push into the feet and float your arms up. Use the power of the legs. Okay. Palms roll together and then exhale, release. Okay. So we'll do a very simple salutation starting top of the mat, little bend in the knees. So connect with the legs, tailbone moving down and pulling in from below the navel. Okay. There's freedom in the heart and upper abdomen. So we inhale, the arms float up, thumbs rolled back, maybe the head drops back. Soft knees. As you exhale, you fold over the legs, legs straighten at the end. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine, and then step the right leg back. You're going to take your knee down. As your arms float up, move your hips back. And then you come into this low lunge with support below the navel, with freedom in the shoulders. Okay, so we'll take another breath or two. No need to rush these things. Okay. Then hand down, step back. You're going to bend your knees and then power the legs to plank as you inhale. And if you need the knees to come down first, do that, then lower. Toes point back, inhale, cobra. Okay, so with the cobra, pubic bone on the mat. Exhale, come down, moving slowly into your dog in any way that works for you. Okay, find the right distance, hands, feet. Work the lower abdomen, the legs, and free tension in the neck. So really powering the legs in your dog. Good, and we'll step forward. So right leg through to the front, left knee goes down, both arms float up, move your hips back, and then slowly sink through. Okay. So you're connected at the pelvis, support at the back and the front, and free in the shoulders. Now remember to find that sense of joy in your practice. So even if it can feel a bit challenging at times, find a way to enjoy your practice. Hands down, you step forward, lift heart, lengthen. So long spine, exhale, fold. Bend knees, lift head, then inhale to come up. And exhale, release. So we'll take it a little bit further. We'll start with the chair pose. So scooping in here below the navel. Okay. Your sit bones move down and back. You've got that little bendy, springy feeling in the legs. Okay. You can even swing the arms, and then as the hands float up, no tension in the shoulders, but engage the backs of the legs. Okay. So focus here, pull this in. Okay. You'll keep your left leg bent. You take your arms out to the side, warrior 3. So the right leg lifts, and then you drop your chest as the leg goes back. So keep a closed hip, flex the right foot, and lengthen through the back of the neck. Okay. So you can have the arms out to the side, it's helpful. Maybe they come alongside the body, up to you. Good. Then we'll bend the left knee to step the right foot back into a high lunge. Float the arms up. And then bend into the left knee a bit more, so finding your way. Okay. Power the back leg. And root through the front left big toe. Good. And then shifting into warrior 2, so straighten a little and then come out with the legs maybe a bit wider. So the right arm floats back, and then with that mobility in the hips, you bend into the left knee. Reach the left arm forward, right arm back, and lift the left inner thigh to come deeper. Okay, so don't lose this connection, and then gaze over the left hand. Relax your shoulders a little. Good. From warrior 2 into reverse, I like to take the right hand to the sacrum. You're going to reach forward a little, pull the hip back so you get the side body length. And then you turn your palm up and lift. So try to lift up to get the side body open. Sink in a little deeper and then go back. You could also look to the back foot. I quite like that one. Good. And then popping back to warrior 2. And we'll step forward with the right foot into our chair. So sink and then float the arms. Good. Then warrior 3 other side. So the left foot lifts. Arms go wide as you slowly step back with the left foot. And come into your warrior 3. Okay, so left leg very strong, hip is closed. And you've got a little bit of a bend in your standing leg. Arms could also be next to the side. Back of the neck long and free. Okay. And then into high lunge. So as you bend the right leg, the left foot touches. And you can float the arms. And then sink a little deeper into your lunge. Good. High lunge to warrior 2. So we'll open up, left heel drops. Okay, bending right knee. So you can look back to your left hand, make sure you're reaching back. Right hand reaching forward. And there's still that mobility in the hips. Lift the right inner thigh to come deeper. And into reverse. So left hand on the sacrum. You reach the right hand forward. Turn the palm up. Open the side body. Maybe sink in a little deeper and gaze at the left foot. Okay, so very strong left leg. Good. Back to warrior 2. Lift the left heel so you can step forward back to your chair. And power up and release. Okay, so we're going to come to our downward dog. So float the arms up and inhale. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Head floats up, long spine, flat back. And then exhale, step back to your dog. So from here, we'll come into Pigeon. So we'll start with the left leg. Okay, I come into a lazy dog first. Okay, so you can try this, especially if you're a little tighter in your hips. I find it very helpful. Bend the left knee. Give it a bit of movement, left, right. And the left knee goes up to the left wrist. So the foot does not have to be too high. It can be in the middle of the mat. And you're going to put the right knee down and come into bad pigeon. So bad pigeon. Now if you are tight in your hips, this could actually be a very good place for you to start. So both hands then go to either side of the mat. And you're just working with a bit of rocking. And you might feel that here on the front thigh into the left hip. Okay. If you are okay to go into the full pigeon, then straighten the right leg, point the toe. Okay, let this foot move where it wants to move to keep your knee free. And then your back leg rolls. And then the left sit bone lifts, and I like to do a little bit of this rocking, okay, so that you're not just jamming your body into the shape. Okay. You're also pressing a little bit down into the left knee, and you've got that stability here below the navel. Okay. So some people might feel it a bit more in the right thigh, some the left hip. And then if you do feel you need a bit of support, you can put a cushion just under the left sit bone or the thigh, wherever you feel it's supportive for you. Okay. So you're going to push down into the top of the right foot. Come up to the fingertips, it's quite nice. Then we lift and open the front body. Okay, and then come down to the elbows. Okay. So if you engage the left big toe, that'll keep your left leg a little bit active. Okay. So you ease your way in to settle with the breath. Good. And come up to both hands. Again, don't lose that connection here below the navel. You tuck your right big toes. Okay. As you come up, shift your pubic bone forward. Okay. So you have a bit of posterior tilt action in the hips. Then you can lift the left foot, give it a shake, walk your dog a little. Okay, then come back to your bad dog. Rock your right knee to right wrist. Let the foot do what it needs to do. Sit down on the right sit bone. Okay, both legs bent. So you can start here, option 1. Option 2, straight left leg, and then roll the leg, and maybe the sit bone lifts. Okay, so you can see now from the other side, this little bit of like rocking activity. So if you do need that cushion can go here. Okay. Okay. When you come up to the fingertips, lift the front body, roll the shoulders back. Okay. A little bit of activity in the right leg, and then you come down to the elbows. Remember to try keep the facial muscles relaxed through your practice, your breath steady, calm, smooth breaths. Okay, good. We'll come back to the hands. Okay, left big toes tuck. As you come up, okay, move the pubic bone forward so you've got that activity in the hips. And the right leg goes back, shake. Walk your dog out a little. Okay, and then we'll come forward, so just moving one foot then the other forward to the middle of the mat so you can sit down. Okay, just shake the legs. All right. Okay, so now we'll do my fun version of Wild Thing. And if you feel you'd like to try, if you have the wheel in your practice, you can move from this version of Wild Thing into the wheel. Okay, so we're quite nice and open in the front body, but remember to connect with that space between your pubic bone and your navel, so you've got the support here for your spine below the navel. Okay, so bend both of your knees, okay, and let's see, we'll put the right hand down first to start. Okay, so your left arm comes here in the middle. Okay, so normally with the Wild Thing, you've got the one leg straight, but this way it's very supportive and you're using the power of the legs to help you as well. Okay, so you can come up. Okay, so you've got this lifting of the hips, and then you allow the shoulder to turn. Okay, and then rather than looking up, you're going to look down at your right hand. So this left arm moves up, and you drop your gaze. Okay, so be open in the front of the thighs. And strengthen the backs of the legs. Okay, so that could be a really good place just to start or play there. So this both bent leg version of Wild Thing. Okay. And then if you do feel you want to have a bit of fun and take this into the wheel, you can come down and then do it again. So you pop back up. Just a reminder, let your hand on your mat turn so that you get the mobility in the shoulder when you come into the wheel. Okay. So we pop back up into the Wild Thing. Look down at the bottom hand. And then as you let the hand turn, the other hand comes back to the mat. Then you adjust. Okay. You can even lift the heels. It feels quite nice. And the chest is pushing forward. So this is a very good opener for the front body. And a nice way to come into wheel. Okay, then coming down, come to the crown of the head. Okay, slowly let the hips come down. I hold the ankles, lift the head, come onto the shoulders, and then release the spine, release the legs. And come up. Okay, other side. So we'll just do the Wild Thing first. Left hand on the mat. So you pop up. Okay, lift, look towards the left hand. Okay, so just get a good feeling of that first. Okay, so exploring this. And sometimes one side can feel easier than the other. So if one side doesn't feel manageable, just start with the one side and then eventually you'll get your way into the other. Okay, then if you'd like to try and join me for the full wheel on this side, just remember to let your hand on the mat turn. Okay, so you pop up, Wild Thing. Okay, adjust your hands, feet, lift the heels. Okay, so feel the breath in those floating ribs. Stay active between pubic bone and navel. One more breath. And then come down to the crown of the head. Take the hands over, hold the feet, ankles, lift the head, come to the shoulders, hips, feet up, and release. Okay, then you're going to cross your feet, hold the backs of your thighs, rock up. Okay, bend your knees. So we'll strengthen a little bit, come into the boat, Navasana. Okay. So you're sitting on your sacrum, you're drawing the tops of the thigh bones in, and you're rolling the thighs together. Okay, so option 1, lift both your feet and use hold on. Okay. Spread the toes, it's quite helpful. And then option 2, the hands can release. Option 3, straight legs. Okay, the toes are higher than the heels. Option 4, you can row your boat. Or just hold your legs if you need support. Okay, so do what's available to you today. Okay, then release. Open the knees, bring the heels in. So we'll come to the butterfly, Baddha Konasana, bound angle. So open your feet here. What can be also quite helpful, lifting the hips And just doing a bit of this movement. Okay. And then you just let yourself sit where you need to. Again, please use the props if you do need them. Okay. Especially if you're collapsing. So you can put this under the back of your butt like a butt wedgie. Okay. So if you use your butt wedgie, it's helpful. Especially if you're blessed with stiffness. Okay. As the feet open, keep the heart up, lengthen, breathe in. And then as you exhale, come around from the side. Okay, so you ease your way in without pulling too much. You come back and you go to the other side. Okay. So always have the shoulders moving back and the sternum a little lift so the breath can flow nicely into the upper abdomen. Okay. And then I found this quite helpful, just reaching one hand forward so you open the one side of the body. Okay, and then the other. And then both. You have gravity help you a little bit. Okay. And the key to these forward folds is the lower abdomen. Okay, so you want to really be scooping this in and back like you're creating a hollow effect here. And that really helps to find your way in the fold. And the spine is allowed to round a little. Okay. So one more breath here. Neck is nice and free. Okay. Inhale to come up. Good. We'll bring the knees together. Okay. Lift. So your feet can be a little bit apart here. You're going to push your knees out, but push your hands in so you've got a bit of resistance. Okay, that just engages the hips, and then we'll do the other side. So knees out, knees in, hands out. Okay, so push, pull, push, pull. Great. Okay, straighten both legs. A little bend to the knees. So Paschimottanasana, bringing both your thighs to roll in. So this is helpful. Okay, roll your thighs in. And I like a little bend in the knees even if you are flexible. Okay. So take the arms up and lengthen. Okay. Scoop. Okay, so you're moving forward with free shoulders. And if you can only reach here, just hold here. Okay. You don't have to hold your feet, but if you can reach, that's great. Okay. And then you move with the breath. Okay. So like a bit of a spinal wave. You inhale, lengthen, lift. And move forward, exhale. Okay, so I'm accentuating it a little bit here for you. Okay, but just very small micro adjustments, so don't get stuck and don't pull. Surrender into the fold. Okay, try to lengthen the back of the neck here, it's quite helpful. And inhale to come up, release. Okay, we'll finish with a little twist, Vakrasana. So bend your right knee, foot, knee in a line. They don't have to be too close. It's different to Marichiyasana, so a little bit further forward. Take the right hand to the outside of the leg. The left hand moves up and forward. So bring your body a little closer to the thigh. Okay. And if you do need a bit more space, the leg could also be a bit wider here. Okay. So we're lifting, lengthening. Push with the right hand so the chest can already turn. So you've got turning of the chest and then left inner elbow over the front of the knee. If we do this, often we're collapsing in the spine. So this one is nice to take the elbow, inner elbow over the front of the knee. And you get a lot of length and most of the twist happening from the upper thoracic. Okay. And then you squeeze the arm and the leg together, release the right hand fingertips. Inhale, create a bit of length, and exhale, twist. So there's actually a little bit of a small movement in the twist. When you inhale, make space for your breath. Exhale, allow the body to move deeper. Good. Other side, so turn to the front, release, left leg bends. Okay. Use your cushion if it's helpful. So the left hand pushes in, the right hand can move forward. You start to turn the chest already, and you hook right inner elbow over the front of the knee. So you're still gazing forward, creating length as you breathe in. Squeeze arm and leg together, and I start turning, turning, turning as I exhale and take the fingertips down. Okay. Try to relax this right leg a little and use the inhale and exhale breath to take you in and out of the twist. Okay, so you want all the muscles up the spine to engage, and the twist happens from the area around the upper rib cage. Good, turning to the front, releasing, inhale. Okay, so we'll finish just lying on the back. Let's lift the legs, give them a little jiggle shake. So let your feet shake, wobble. Okay, maybe a rotation in the feet. Head on the mat. Okay. Hug knees to chest. Keep the feet together, take the knees wide. You can lift your head if you need, arms through the center of the legs. Hold the ankles and then press the soles of the feet together and the knees forward. Shoulder blades plug into the mat. A little bit of rocking if it feels good. Then from here into happy baby. And try with the hands on the ankles. It does give you a bit of freedom in the hips. So the soles of the feet face the roof. And then the shoulder blades can plug in nicely to the mat while also rooting your sacrum and your tailbone down. So what happens is if we hold the feet and we're tight, we're in a round spine and the tailbone lifts. So it can be quite nice to hold the ankles and get the spine flat this way. And again, a bit of rocking can be helpful. Good. And release the legs, give them a little shake. Feet down. So you can stay in constructive rest for shavasana if you have any sensitivity in your lower back. The feet a little bit more forward from the sit bones. And relax the shoulders. Otherwise, if shavasana feels good for you, you can extend your legs one to each corner of the mat. A little bit of rocking. And you might even find it quite nice to take the arms a bit up and to the side. Release the space between the shoulder blades. Settle into the breath. Relax the muscles of the face. And feel your whole body drop. Feel the soft breath at your navel. If you do have the time and you'd like to stay in shavasana a little longer, you can do that. Otherwise, you start to take some slightly deeper breaths. And release the tongue and the mouth. And make tiny movements into your fingers and toes. And then the arms reach back over the head. Bring the legs a bit closer together, interlace the fingers. Take a really nice, slow, full body stretch. And release the hands. Bend one knee, place the foot on the mat. And bend the other knee, foot on the mat. And roll over to your side. You place your head on your upper arm for support. And relax the belly completely. As you come up to sit, try to keep your head heavy. Use the support of your hands and slowly rise up. So you come back into your center, feeling calm and steady after practice. Feeling nourished and fulfilled. You're welcome to join me with your hands at your heart center for 1 Om and 3 Shantis together to close. Shanti meaning peace. Breathing in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining me today for this really nice heart-opening, energizing practice. I hope you had a lovely day, have a lovely day today. And we'll see you again soon. Just remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you do not miss any of these videos coming up. If you don't already follow us on social media, please do that as well. And we've got a really cool website, so go and check that out, samahitaretreat.com. There's also a lot of information on there that you may find helpful. And you can check our upcoming trainings and retreats on there as well. Okay. So thanks again. Have a lovely day. We'll see you again soon.